I'm Soleil Mannion. Welcome to my channel where I explore different creative modalities. I've been an art teacher and a dance teacher and a creativity coach for many years, over 20 years. And one of the things I have learned in all this time is how many people don't feel creative and are afraid of trying out creative things such as drawing or dancing. They say, oh, I'm not any good at it. Oh, I can't even draw a stick person. And therefore they don't try. One of the things I really want to encourage you is to just step out of your comfort zone a little bit. Try some of the things that I'm offering and do it with like as if you're a 2-year-old. You know how 2-year-olds just get in there and they just imagine and they play and they really don't care what it looks like in the end, right? It doesn't matter. So that's what I'm encouraging you is if you can let go of that critical voice in your head, throw it out the window, just put it aside for a couple minutes every day or once a week and join me and try out something new and creative. I think that the more we learn to silence that critic, that part of ourselves that judges everything we can do, everything we try and do, everything we want to do, the more capable you'll be in every area of your life. And creativity isn't just about being an artist. Creativity is important no matter what field you're in. If you're in business, if you're in science, you need to have the capacity to think things in an open and outside of the box way, which is something that artistic creativity gives you. That's what I've always found most magical. A painter, for instance, is faced with an empty canvas, and from nothing, you have to create something. And it's like magic. I can't think of another word. And it's fun. It can be really fun if you approach it in a way that is playful and without an expectation of a final result that is good. I'd like to challenge that idea of what is good and what is not good. You know, when we were children, we didn't worry about that. We just scribbled away, we just played in the mud, and we didn't worry about it. And somewhere along the line, something happened, and now we start doing things and we want external validation, whether they're good or bad. And then we criticize ourselves because what we do is not good, and we lose the joy of it. So creativity is a lot like a muscle, and when you don't use it, and many of us stopped using it at kindergarten, I guess, or a little later, or a little earlier, depending, and it sort of atrophies. So we have to start gently, and I want you to start gently with yourself. Just play a little. And don't worry, really don't worry. If you've watched my videos about blind contour drawing, you will know that is my biggest push, is to stop looking for an outcome and just be in the moment of the creativity and enjoy yourself whilst you're doing it. Today's exercise is something that I have called, well, I was inspired by the Japanese term Wabi Sabi, which is this term used to describe the joy that comes when you appreciate imperfection, when you enjoy and savor patina, when something is older and is been worn, how it becomes more unique and more valuable with each year that moves on. And I just love that. I love it because seem to be obsessed with new and shiny, and you know, we trade in our old car for a new car so quickly. We switch in our old boyfriend for a new boyfriend. We take our furniture, our clothes, everything, and we just toss them out in for the new. And you know, I'm getting older. I'm not 20 anymore. And, you know, when I was hit my 40s, I started struggling a little bit because I was like, oh gosh, I'm not 20 anymore. And when I started to research and look into Wabi Sabi, I really felt like, you know, that's right. Every wrinkle and gray hair that I have is part of me, and it's part of my story and it's part of my life. And I wanted to incorporate that in my art. Um, I've been a painter for many years, and then I started to transition into doing collage work. I still paint and I love painting and I will never stop. But I also started to really enjoy going out on, because I love walking and hiking, and I love city walking in particular. And I started finding little treasures. And for instance, little pieces of rusted metal on the ground. How beautiful they are. You know, when you really take a look at an old bottle cap and you take a look at the rust, how magical. And you know, every walk starts to become like a treasure hunt. And I'm like a little kid now whenever I go out walking. I find little things like an old dead leaf, and I'm so very excited. So it's a fabulous way to add some excitement to your life and some joy. Remember when you were a kid and you just pounced upon something like, look at this piece of mica. It's like magical glass that the stones create, and it's natural. And you know, a little burnt piece of paper, an old serviette that had a butterfly on it. So for this project, I'd really love it, and I encourage you to just go and find stuff. You know, look through your recycling bin, go for a walk on the street, and find little bits of stuff. Don't buy anything new. Old shirt that you love, old skirt, something that has an interesting pattern, and then we're going to bring it. And I've been making books in this way. Oh, a little bit closer. So you can, it's a beautiful use of an old book too, because right now nobody seems to want them anymore. And so find an old book, or if you don't have an old book, just a piece of paper. And then we're going to start. The way I start is I just get to an open page. Here we go. You can see I've got some half done. So here I have an open page of my book. And I have these pieces of paper that I have got lots of old paint stains. I use them. I'm going to stick them. I'm just going to play with putting them around. I'm not going to stress about it too much. I'm just putting the pieces on the paper. I'm just going to like ripping them up a little bit smaller. And I like to keep with a limited color palette. This is a little bit of sort of teal that I picked out of a magazine. And it's finding the teal that's in here. And then this is from an old, it's from a bar soap that I bought. Nice, beautiful rose soap. It still smells really nice. And I put that on. And then I just look around in my stuff that I have. And I try and figure out what else could I put on there. You know, maybe I'll put some bits of mica on there. I don't know. And, oh, here, this is a little bit of gold fabric that was from a pair of trousers that I used to have. Well, I did have until I cut them up. And so just layer things around. Don't worry too much about it. This is just a time to play. Now, I don't know, bits of rust. I pop those in. And what am I looking for when I'm doing this? No, I'm looking for something that feels harmonious and balanced. I'm looking for something playful, whimsical. I like to limit my color palette. Of course, you can do whatever you want because there's no rules absolutely in this activity. But just find yourself, I don't know, here we go. It's hard for you to see it, and I can't tilt it up for you, unfortunately. But here we go. I've got a couple pieces of rust, the soap, the fabric, the bottle cap. And then, you know, play around until you find something. You could take a picture at when you find sort of a composition you're happy with, just take a photograph, fuddle around some more. And this is a time to play. There's no right and there's no wrong. You don't have to show this work to anybody. It's for yourself. Please do this for you to enjoy yourself, for you to have 10 minutes of time where you're not worried about your bills, about your job, about your children, about your family, about anything. You're just here and you're just playing, because this is something that you can control and that you can put as you like it, as you feel good about it. It doesn't have to matter if anybody else likes it or feels good about it. This is for you. And it's teaching you to trust how you feel. Don't ask someone else's opinion. Just do this yourself. All right? Because we all could also learn to just trust our own intuition a bit more and not worry about what anybody else thinks about this. Okay? And then once you've got something you like, and I actually kind of like this, I'm not going to glue it down because that would take too much time. That's when you have some glue. And I just sort of gently lift up corners and tab glue on, and then I kind of lift and then I go back down under the layers so I don't lose what I have created. And I take a photo too so I don't forget, because the amount of times I've had a nice composition and then I have forgotten what it looked like. And then, you know what? I'm going to run, because yesterday I found the most beautiful bug beside the river. It was dead. I'm going to get it because I think it would look very nice. You see, and this is also, when you start living like this, every little walk, every little thing becomes a treasure. Look at this beautiful bug. Look at how beautiful he is. He's sort of green and speckly. I'm going to put him on here. Yeah, he looks great. Now comes the next part. You can leave it as just an image if you like, but I like to add words. I love reading books. And so I have, now when I'm finished my book, I go back through and, well, actually while I'm reading, if I come across a page where there's some particularly juicy and fabulous word combinations, I turn the edge of the corner over. I know it's a little bit sacrilegious to cut up books, but it's for a good cause. So you see, I cut them out like this in little combinations of words, and I just lay them out. I have piles, I have little containers full of little combinations of words. And then I'm not trying to say anything particular. I just start. So I look around and I wait. I just let something jump out at me. So here we go. Here's the first one. It says, seriously, it's fine. So let's put that at the top. Seriously, it's fine. Then we go through. No, seriously, it's fine. The note is sticking out. Nobody appears to be present. No. We come back to that. And these words are from novels. They're from a history book on the history of cinema. Just little combinations that I have really, I like this. It was supposed to be. Okay. Ooh, in your heart. It was supposed to be in your heart. Seriously, it's fine. It was supposed to be in your heart. Okay. I'll go over here and see if these are upside down. It's not enough for, what else do we have? Oh, but really it doesn't matter. Seriously, it's fine. It was supposed to be in your heart. It's not enough for ever and ever, but it really doesn't matter. There we go. Take off the O. There we go. We have a short little sort of poem-y thing. And here again, you don't have to be a literary genius. Just do this for yourself and enjoy the flavor of the words together and play. Just play, play, play. The biggest thing I can teach you is just play. Don't worry whether this is a good thing or not. It doesn't have to be philosophical. It doesn't have to be rhyming. It could be rhyming. It could be philosophical. It's just for you to enjoy, okay? And you know what? If you don't think too much, if you just go instinctively, you'll find quite often that your little poemy things are very succinct and are very touching. And I found, this is my second book now, when I read back through my first book, how many of the poems were quite autobiographical, even though I had not intended that to be. That wasn't my intention. I think many times it's great to have an intention before you start out, and sometimes it's lovely to not have an intention, to just see what comes and have that openness, because a lot of I don't know, a lot of people would say that we need to have a month plan, a day plan, a week plan to be successful. There's plans, and yes, I think that on one side is great. On the other, how nice is it to just live with this openness and follow that little thread of gold, the Greek myth with the ball of golden thread. And that's what this is like. Just pick the words that jump out at you and the phrases that jump out at you and put them together somehow. So here's what I wrote in finale. Seriously, it's fine. It was supposed to be in your heart. It is not enough forever and ever, but it really doesn't matter. See? Isn't that fun? All right, so that is today's little exercise, and it is something you can do at any time, anywhere, and I recommend having all this stuff and having little containers and putting it in a box somewhere. If you have a space where you can let it be out, let it be out. I don't right now, so I have to pack it away every day. And you know what? Anything and everything can be used. I have lentils, I have bits of serviettes, I have some money, bugs. Have fun and take every day, every time you step out or even look around your house as a treasure hunt. All right? Happy collaging, and I really look forward to seeing what you've created. Please share with me in your comments below how this exercise has been for you. And I look forward to seeing you with other creative ideas.